It's daytime with Aston Avery. Stephen Smith's with me. Joining us right now is no stranger to us, and here to save us all, it's a regular agony aunt, Heidi Gammon. So, Heidi, hello.
Hello. Oh, that's a lovely introduction, Aston. Thank you. Good morning,
Good
Aston and
Morning.
morning,
Stephen.
Heidi. How are you?
Very well, thank you. All the better to
Brilliant.
Listen, I've
see
got
you
to ask
too.
you. It's such stressful times right now. Everybody I know is stressed out with something or other. If they're not got a cold or something, How would you advise people to handle stress?
Oh, I know it's a tough one because everyone seems to be going through something at the moment,
I
don't
know.
they? I think lots of self-care, doing small things every day you love, you know, getting buying that cup of coffee if you want it, having a little walk in a green space, walk your dog, just doing those little everyday things for you that you love, just really taking care of yourself because I think it's really easy to forget yourself when you're really busy.
Yeah, just like 5 minutes to put yourself really nice, isn't it? Something that you can do, but it's just terrible. But anyway, listen, we've got our first question coming up. This is a real humdinger, Heidi. You're gonna love this. Um,
Okay.
so, hi, Heidi. Gosh, this is gonna sound awful. I'm getting married in September, and my mother is a narcissist. There isn't a party or an event that she's gone along to that she hasn't turned into something about herself. She says all the right things about the upcoming wedding, though she doesn't like my fiance. He's not what she had in mind for me. Mum's hairdresser is a friend of mine, and Mum confided in her that she doesn't want my dad's wife at the wedding, so she won't bring my stepdad. So she plans to have two separate receptions because she also doesn't want dad really anywhere near me. We're having lunch. We're having lunch next week, and apparently she's going to tell me the news then. Even my hairdresser's shocked. She recently got married, and despite her dad being quite an awful man, her parents put the differences aside for the wedding. Heidi, I'm going to lose it with her. What can I do?
Oh, it's so difficult, isn't it? Because weddings can bring out the best and worst in families, unfortunately. I think she's putting you in a really difficult position. I think I would have to just be honest with her and just say to her, look, it's one day. I want one reception. And I think you just need to put your differences aside for a day.
Yeah.
That's that. I mean, I do think honesty is the best policy
Oh,
sometimes.
absolutely. I
You
mean, this
know,
is awful. The fact
this
she's
is a
even
difficult
sharing
one.
this with, the fact the mother's even sharing this with the hairdresser,
Yeah.
that
Although we
she's
do
thinking
tell
out
our
loud.
hairdressers everything, don't we? We
I
do.
know, and the officer's only quite good, but I mean, obviously she's shocked. It is so true. Everything here written down, Heidi, I've seen before.
Mm.
With people. I just think she needs to put her foot down and put some boundaries down. You
Yeah,
know,
I do. I agree as well. I think boundaries are the key here, and I
yeah,
think
it's,
it's a day. At the end of the day, it's one day.
and
It's
it's
not that
it's
many
her
hours.
day, not her mother's day.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
she needs to say to her, look, I mean, obviously this is an ongoing problem. She describes her mother as a narcissist and she makes everything about herself. And I've seen this before with people.
Mm.
They go in places and take over. And sometimes I don't think they even realize they're doing it. But in this case, I'm absolutely with you in this. I think I'd put your foot down. If mum doesn't want to come to the wedding, fine.
Yeah, I mean, she'd be the one missing out. And I think sometimes with parents with weddings, especially if they're paying for it, they then think they have a right to say, you know, I want this and I want that. And somewhere down the line, they forget that it's your day, you know?
Yeah. It doesn't even sound like she's paying for it. It sounds like she might pay for a second reception, but
Yes.
for herself, really, so she doesn't have the dad there or the oh, sorry, it's Karen from Southend. Sorry, Karen. It sounds like she's going to have a separate one, so she doesn't have to have the dad there, the wife there, and she has it all the way she wants it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a problem.
And
Yeah, poor
Um,
Karen. I mean, I wish you all the luck, but I think
yeah, Karen,
you have to
get her
put
a
some
good
boundaries in.
therapist. Get
Yeah,
her a
get
good
get
therapist.
get therapist.
Let's get her that for Mother's Day.
Yeah, give me a call and put some boundaries in with that mum because she sounds like she's being a nightmare.
yeah, yeah, and I have to say, hearing that, it's awful. Well, Heidi. I'm afraid this doesn't get much better because this is
Oh,
coming from Elizabeth in Rayleigh, and she's turned around and said, how are you? She's excited to be writing in, but they're being bullied by their boss at work. They seem to be nice at first, but they play mind games, taking them to lunch or tea one day, then putting them down the next. They love the job, but they get called what they call the queen at the shop, and not in a good way, though. They've found that others have left because of their behaviour. Unfortunately, that boss owns the place. What can be done, Heidi?
do you know what? Sadly, Aston, this is something I hear in my counselling room nearly every day, and it's women bullying women, and
Yeah.
it's quite a widespread issue, actually. I mean, over the course of my career, there's been a lot of bullying, and it's been quite often women to me, or it's just it's a very big issue. I think, just feel sorry for you because this is a really tough thing. I think I don't know if there's an HR department in your company. You could go to your HR department. You could contact some other people who have left because of her, if you've got their names and numbers. It's very difficult because the minute you say something, it could get harder before it gets easier. Or you could just try when she's taking you out and she is in a nice space, when she's taking you out for one of your lunches or teas, maybe just say to her, look, I'm feeling a bit bullied here. I
Yeah.
wonder if she's aware of what she's doing. Sometimes people aren't really very self-aware, so they might not be aware of what they're doing. Sometimes people are. I don't know. I mean, it's
Heidi,
a
it sounds
difficult
like she
one.
has not got a clue about management because you can't.
Yeah,
It's a Pavlov's dogs. You can't be taking your staff out for snacks and stuff like that if you're in charge.
yeah,
You can have a nice, sometimes at Christmas or something, but all
yeah,
this tea and reviews and stuff like that, they're just sort of more narcissism. The problem in this country, I find, is that you can open a shop and get a team with no management experience, which is
yeah.
actually really damaging. And I would love to see, a bit like in the US, we have state board for hairdressers and beauticians and everything. I'd like to see some kind of management board that you have to go and train in order to be able to open a business.
Yeah,
Uh,
I agree. I think it's really difficult. I think there's, like you say, there's too many people who can't manage,
yeah, I think they
but
can.
they've got these businesses and they are managing a lot of people. And unfortunately, bullying is rife
Yeah,
and it
right.
shouldn't be.
And by the wrong people. It's not just staff members bullying each other. It's the as she's described as the queen here. It's
Mm.
really mentally damaging for people. And the problem is, if you try and sue for it, it's quite difficult.
Very difficult.
It has to be definite things, but particularly still run the shop. I honestly think, Heidi, in this case, if this woman is like this, I would leave.
Do you
Uh,
know, that was my next point, was to
yeah,
say, you know what, life is too short.
too
If it
short.
gets too bad, just leave, just change jobs. It's really not worth all the distress that she's causing you.
Yeah, and say and give her some advice before you go. Go get trained in management.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's very difficult, isn't it? But I think she really, yeah. I mean, listen,
Management isn't
we
It's
opening
stay
a
in
difficult.
shop
jobs,
up and
don't we?
taking people for tea
Sometimes.
and telling them what to do. There's a lot
Yeah,
more to it. It's an exhausting job, but I don't wish to anyone. Anyway,
well, I
listen, this
think
is quite funny. There's not this. So I hope this is, dear Heidi. Thanks for coming, dear Heidi. I hope this isn't crude.
okay.
My ambition is to settle down and be happy, and I'm really romantic. I have no problem getting girls, but when it comes to the physical side, they all say the same thing. I'm too big. It's depressing me. The boys at the gyms used to make fun of me, saying, "Here comes the monster." People think it's an asset, but trust me, it's not. How can I go about meeting a partner? Darren in London.
Oh, hi, Darren. I feel for you. This feels like a very hard one for you to write in about. So thank you. I mean, I think I'm going to need your help with this, Stephen. But I do think, meeting people online seems to be the way to go right now, doesn't it? I mean, uh,
Yeah,
although I do love meeting people in person, I think that's always the best
yeah.
thing through mutual friends.
I think in this case, Heidi, it is a really good way to go forward. I mean, I was unaware that certain gentlemen couldn't fit into other ladies, shall we say, put it politely. And I was also listening to Tammy Faye Baker, I think it was, describing how she had an operation. Uh, her partner, who was slightly big, and apparently, if you maybe put out there that you perhaps have this asset online without making it crude, maybe a woman that enjoys a larger partner will come forward, and then you won't have the issue of it. As I say, it's also a bit of a shock when you go to make love with somebody and discover that perhaps what looks like an asset and as a makes a joke about it is sometimes not something to handle. So you could find online, put it out there that perhaps more well endowed than the average Joe. And see what happens, as long as you don't attract sort of just someone that's just looking for sex.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good idea, Stephen. But I also think that when you get in the bedroom and if they look shocked, I think you just need to be really reassuring that you can work up to intercourse and sex, and that you can be very gentle, and that it doesn't have to be painful. It can be. They can, you can have a lot of foreplay before you even think about that situation.
I think you can even go. I think, as I remember, I was watching a TV program on it. That you can actually go to the doctor with your partner, and they may be able to help if you're small, if a lady's more smaller than section. I'm trying to make it a lot crude, and you can actually do that if they're that interested in you. So I think you have to find a happy way. But as I say, you could put it out there that you're larger than the average Joe, and so someone you're dating is prepared for that.
I think so. I think honesty is always the best policy, and I think just reassurance that you can be a gentle lover and that it doesn't have to be painful.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
now we're moving on here, Heidi. Of course, this one they say, "Hi, Queen." They're gutted about the Vivienne passing away earlier
It's
this year,
awful.
of course, which we know is tragic, and they are a super fan. Their mum says that's what's happened when you live that kind of lifestyle, and that's a quote there. They try to discourage them from doing drag. They're 15 and miserable. They have to watch Drag Race at their friend's house because their mum has banned it. Honestly, they just want to run away. And this is Barry, who's listening online in Cobham.
Oh, Barry, I'm feeling for you. Please don't run away. I will say that I'm a mum myself, and I know how much worry and stress that would cause. And I know she wouldn't want that. I know she wouldn't want that. So I hear what you're saying. I think it feels like you're feeling quite isolated. It feels like you need to make some sort of, gay friends, gay allies. Find your sort of little tribe of people that can support you and love you.
Yeah.
Don't run away. Running away is never the answer. There is always people to help you. There's, lesbian and gay switchboard. There's so many places out there that can help you and give you advice and support. But firstly, do not run away, because that is not the answer.
And you might want to, Barry, find someone to talk to your mum. There are organisations out there. I'll put some out underneath this today, where you could actually get someone to approach your mum, explain that you're. You haven't said you're gay. You might just be into drag, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, the queens are fabulous in this day and age, and much more accepted. You might want to get someone to come in and chat to your mum and explain who you are, and just sometimes mums. I always laugh, Heidi, because sometimes some of my friends that have got obviously gay children, they say to them, "Oh, they're obviously gay," and they're running around in high heels and things, and then suddenly one day they arrive and they go, "Oh, I can't believe it! I can't believe it!" I'm like, what? Oh, Joey's gay. What were you looking at?
Yeah.
I knew he was gay when he came out the pram. I just wonder sometimes how they didn't notice all this time.
Yeah, and I think also sometimes, I mean, being a mum, I can say this. I think you always want to know that your child is happy and safe, and well. So I think as long as you reassure your mum that even if you like drag, even if you're gay, not gay, that you're always going to be safe, you're always going to let her know where you are, then hopefully that will calm down. Because it sounds like she's really worrying and stressing about everything. Whereas I think if you calm down that part of her that is really worrying and stressing, it might all be a little bit easier,
And then the quote, Heidi, this is what happens when you live that kind of lifestyle. I like to point out here, the Vivienne passed away, God bless her. But you know what? There's millions of queens out there that live full, happy lives. We just lost Maisie Trollet, who was 91, one of Britain's oldest drag queens, who lived a very exciting, fabulous life, and lots of occupations you could do that you could die in, not just being a drag queen. You know, people work on the tubes and get killed.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, she's obviously got a bit of an issue with the gay thing,
I
the
think
drag
someone
queen
needs to
thing.
talk to mummy or do
Someone
any
needs
harm
to
to
talk
them.
to mum and just reassure her. And also you know, be open and honest with her and just say, look, you know, this is where I'm at. This is what I want to do. You know, I don't see the problem. You know, if I want to watch this, I'm safe. I'm at home with you. I'm not going out doing anything. You know, there just needs to be some reassurance for her, I
You
think.
know, the Queens are a big positive in the community. That I mean, so for a whole generation adore them. Excel sells out when they have the conferences. It's incredible. Anyway, we better move on here, Heidi. We've got another one here. My fiance and I have moved in together. It would be bliss, but he snores and takes over most of the bed. The snoring isn't just bad, Heidi. It's like lifts the bed. I've tried to tell him, but he just laughs and says I'm exaggerating. Even when I've recorded it, what can I do? Don in Ipswich.
Oh no, Dawn, I'm sorry. I mean, congratulations on moving in together, but not so fun for you with the snoring. I mean, you can buy those nasal strips, can't you, that help?
Yeah.
They help a lot. And I think they help, but you know, I'd get yourself some good earplugs, get some some nasal strips on him.
Also, Heidi, it's quite dangerous if the snoring's that bad. So you might want to talk him into going to a doctor. You can get a machine. I know a couple of my friends have got them. If it's sleep apnea is that bad, but long term it can lead to heart attacks. And also Don. It can affect you if you're not sleeping well, or affect you long term. So you may want to have a proper sit down and go, look, we have to do something here, and go to the doctor and get it checked out for his own health. And so maybe sleep in separate rooms until you get it sorted, so you all get good sleep.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And you know, good earplugs, and sleep in a separate room if you have to. You know, you can always come together to do the jiggy, can't you? And then sleep in separate rooms.
Or have a cuddle.
Yeah. But God, Dawn,
the doctor, a sleep apnea machine. Try the strips. Get the strips from to start with, as you said, Heidi, is a great idea, and then see what happens. But you know, often these strips, I find wake up with them. I snore, Heidi. Believe it or not, someone as angelic as me. But I wake up and find the strip on the bed. I've just tried the one when you put some tape over your mouth. That ended up in the bed. I don't know. I wake up. I always say that a monster arises during the night and does this with me and throws all my bedding off.
I feel sorry for Dawn though, because that is, you know, you've just moved in with your partner. You're so happy.
It's quite common. You know, I don't know if you've ever been on Aston. Have you ever been on an airplane and there's someone there's fallen asleep going?
Not probably so much on the plane, really. I've not heard anyone snore on the plane anyway. I normally, if I normally kip, it's normally silent kip, as they call it anyway.
But you've not snored?
No, I've never snored.
Oh, that's fantastic. I wish I didn't. I definitely snore. I wake up with a dry mouth. But,
I snore.
So, Heidi, it's always a pleasure to have you on
today.
But before you go, how can our listeners find out more about yourself and want to get questions and ask you questions?
Of course, my website is www.counselling-4u.co.uk, and readers can email me. Listeners can email me on Heidi, HEIDI, at counselling-4u.co.uk.
And
fantastic.
Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure having you on. And I'm going to post some things underneath the YouTube video if you go onto the site about LGBT for parents, etc., and some snoring advice.
Amazing. Thank you so much. It's lovely.
All right, we'll see you in May.
See you later. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.